Yesterday, I went to the Allentown Film Festival. It was pretty fun. I just want to make a video where I talked about it and, just say what it was like to go to it. This was the first. This was the first film festival that I went to. Not like first film festival, but because let's see, I went to my high school's film festival for many years in a row. Still going there. I went to St. Joseph's University a month or so ago. I had an online film festival that Stalk was at, but this was the first. I don't want to say real film professional film festival that I went to. So that's pretty exciting. So we drove to Allentown. I tried to get some B-roll, but it's just buildings. It's nice buildings. It's a very nice area. From what I saw, it was the first time in Allentown, I think. And so we got there, and we got there early. We got there like 5:30. It started at 6. I wanted to get there early because from Cullen's vlog, Static Studios' vlog, that I knew how it would kind of work roughly. I didn't know how much they would change, how much they would keep, so I knew we had to get there early. I also didn't want to vlog the whole time I was there because I didn't want to just completely copy off of Static Studios. Look, I went to the film festival. I'm making a video. I don't want to look like I'm stealing their thunder. So we got to the film festival, and I was outside below the marquee that said Allentown Film Festival, and we were getting pictures there, and that's when one of the two guys who runs the festival opens the door, and he's like, "Hey, are you a filmmaker?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, come on in, you gotta get your medal, come on." And I was like, "All right," and they ushered me in, and and then all of a sudden I'm just inside, and they're handing me a medal, and where is it? Here it is. This is the medal that you get when you have a film that's selected in the festival. I shared it in a group chat with some friends at a college, and they were like, "What did you win?" And I was like, "No, hold on. Just everyone gets those. Don't worry. It's not. I don't want to undermine it. It was great to receive that, and it was awesome. But yeah, so they gave me that, and then I shook hands with what's his name? It's Alan Youngkin. I think it begins with an A, and his last name begins with a Y. The festival director, really nice guy, very great. So I took pictures with him, and that was great. And then we get in, and then the first thing I did after the pictures and everything, I went to the concession stand, and they're giving people popcorn and candy and stuff. I walk up to the guy, I said, "Where's the bathroom?" We drove like an hour and a half from Philly to get to this place. I was like, I guess I gotta pee. That's all I wanted to do. And then I recorded an update when I was in the bathroom. Currently in the bathroom at the film festival. Someone could walk in literally any second, but mirror. But it's going really well so far. I got a medal. I forgot that's a thing. Okay, I'm gonna go out there now. Yeah, I was not nervous, but I definitely I wasn't that nervous, but I kind of was a little bit. So but we got there. It was Thursday, so this was the semifinalists for the regional competition. So there were there was a K through 12 category, there was a college, and then the non-student one. These were all limited to 5 minutes long. They played a lot. Total it was 7. It started at 6 and ended at 7:30 when the screening stopped. And when we're watching the films, and I had my film was in there. The Other World, by the way, is the film that was in there. But before that, we had a film by Owen Shapiro, a guy who I went to community college with actually, and I saw him there, and it was great to see him there. I really was so happy that I got to catch up with him, and his film Gone But Never Forgotten, I believe is what it's called. That play, that was great. And then The Starving Artist by my friend Sarah, who she couldn't be there. She's in LA right now, doing some work. But the day I got the notification from Allentown Film Festival, and I saw the lineup of the films that I'd be screened alongside, which were all great, by the way. I see her film, Starving Artist. I recognize it, and I text her and I'm like, "Did you submit to Allentown Film Festival? Because we're in it together." And she's like, "Did I?" I forgot. She's she literally forgot, but she was in LA, so she couldn't make it, unfortunately. So that was great. And then I knew they were gonna do this. They had the Q&A panel discussion afterwards, so they were like, "All right, everyone, come on up, and we're gonna ask you some questions." And I'm like, "All right." And so I was closest to the stage that they had us walking onto / I walked fast, so I got there first. So the way that it worked is here's the stage. We all walked up and walked down the line like that. So I was on the very end. So I was gonna go last because then they start on this side and I'm all the way over here. So I had plenty of time to think about what I was gonna say. But then as they're giving the microphone to people and they're talking about their experience, the closer it gets to me, until it's 2 people away from me, that's when I'm like, wait, what am I gonna say? I had no idea what I was gonna say. I didn't think about it because I was so busy listening to everybody else what they were saying. I didn't think about what I was gonna say at all. So I forget what I said. I really don't know. I kind of like, whenever I talk on these panel things, I've discovered I kind of just black out and I just say words and then I come back to reality. And after it's done, I'm like, what did I just do? What did I just say? And I have no idea. Alex. My film was The Other World, and yeah, I wish I had like a really grand story as to why I made this so great. I really just made it just because. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was just like in college, just bored, and I texted my friends and I was like, "You guys want to make a film?" And they were like, "No," and I said, "Please," and they said, "Okay," and we made it. And I honestly thought it would just like sit on YouTube for a few years and that would be the extent of it. I never in my wildest dreams thought I would play the film festival, let alone at one in such a beautiful place with such amazing people beside me. It was really great to have it here, and I was really thankful to everyone who helped me make it, and really grateful to be here with everyone right now. So thank you very much. The films that played there were just really incredible. I was really thoroughly impressed with. I can't remember all the names of the people. I can only recall some. Like I know Owen was there. I'll put their channels if I find the YouTube channels, because there was the guy who made the corn cob one, Damien, I think. I really hope I'm getting it right because I kept forgetting his name. Even now I don't remember, but yeah, he's Crying Light Studios on Instagram. There was, oh boy, Jacob? His Instagram is J-Man, I think. He made the fish one, which was hilarious. A great one to end it off on. And then there's the other guy who made the eating one, I believe. See, this was only just yesterday and I'm already forgetting it. But the films were great though. It was really lots of fun. You know, it was just really fun to see what people are making in the general area. It was really great. And it was just great to be there too. I just want to really thank Downtown Film Festival. It was a great experience. So, and then what happened? So then we get up, we talk in the panel, we talk, Q&A, fun. And they get a picture, lovely. And then after that, I stood in the aisle with Owen and I think Damien and just a handful of the people who we made films with, and we were just talking. And it was weird because some of them were like in their own films. I say that as if I wasn't in my film, but it's like weird because you see them on the screen, and in my mind it was kind of like meeting a celebrity, like, oh, I just saw you up there and you're here. But then you kind of also realize that they're people too. We're all just people just doing the same thing. And it was a cool thing. We just stood there in a circle, literally like holding our phones in like a circle, just like giving each other our Instagrams, just like and we were like trying to help each other do that. And it really reminded me, right, my friend group, how we're all just sharing a brain cell. So, you know, we got our Instagrams, got some pictures. I took a picture with Damien. It looks like we've known each other from that picture. We just met that day. We had known each other for like a total of 15 minutes because I was walking on the stage and he was next to me, and he was the person who I was like kind of talking to as the mic is going down. I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah, we're like talking and joking and stuff. And I said, like, I guess I'm going up first. He said, yeah, go. And I was like, I wasn't wearing my medal. And I was like, should I wear? And everyone else was. I was like, should I wear my medal? He's like, nah, be different. And I was like, all right. And they encourage you to wear the medal when they give it to you. That's why I think everyone was wearing it. And I don't want to say you shouldn't do that, but I just didn't feel right doing that. I just didn't. There's just something about me. I just don't like flaunting my accomplishments, I guess, is how I could best describe it. Which is weird because like this is the place where that's completely okay, even if that was the case. And after all that's said and done, I go back to my family. They were like waiting for me. They knew, you know, this is how it works. You gotta talk to people. I talked to everybody, and I was like, all right, we good? Got everything we need? Let's go eat, because I'm starving. We're not eating. So, you know, we go to TGI Fridays, which, well, I had never been there before. My parents had been there a lot, but my brother and I never been there. So we go, and I guess they invented a sauce, or like it was called whiskey glaze. And it was like everywhere on the menu, and everywhere it appeared, it was in bold and like red letters. And my brother and I kept making fun of that. It was really funny to us, actually. The whiskey glaze sample. Whiskey glaze. Whiskey glaze. Whiskey glaze.
Why is it red and bolded?
Is it on the dessert side?
It's gotta be here somewhere.
It's gotta be on here somewhere.
Somewhere they have something whiskey glaze.
They really like whiskey glaze here. It was better too because he got like boneless wings that were like covered in like the whiskey glaze sauce, and he ate it and he was like, oh, I don't like this. He said, this is so bad. And he got the wing, they're like covered in like, and it's not the thing where it's like a sauce you can like scrape off. Like it was like sticky, like it was impossible to get off. So I got the whiskey glaze burger. It was pretty scrumptious. I mean, yeah, there's not much else to say. You know, I went there. I talked to some people. We had whiskey glaze. It was lots of fun, and I was just really glad to be there. So this is the program where it shows the films that were played. I really liked Date Night. That was lots of fun. That was lots of fun to watch. Yeah, Hooked on a Feeling. That was a really good one. And that's a big important thing for me with film festivals. This is what I was taught in film school: is when you go to a festival, you just go to have fun. But you also go in with a plan of some sort. And that's what I did. I went in with a plan of like, I want to get at least one person's Instagram, and I got 4. Always going with a plan of some sort. Whether it's you want to talk to someone, you want to practice networking, you want to do like whatever. Have a goal to like get out of it in a way. But don't forget to have fun, because they're fun. But it really was a great experience. Really glad I was able to go to that, and especially for The Other World. Because, I mean, that film I just made for no reason, essentially. I didn't explain this on the panel because it's too complicated to explain how, like, I did just make that for my high school's film festival. And then I just submitted it to things afterwards. And I didn't, in any reality, think it would get to the level it's achieved now. So, that's cool. But, yeah, it just makes me really grateful. So, what's the lesson to learn here? I don't know. There's no lesson. I just wanted to talk about the festival. So that was the festival. Highly recommend. If you're a filmmaker in the general area and you see that, yeah, I recommend submitting to that. They're very great. They're lots of fun. And yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you want to watch The Other World, the film that got into the festival, right there? Or it'll be right there. You'd think I'd be making YouTube videos, I would know where the info card is going to be when I record on this camera. Like, man. Yeah, and I will try to find YouTube videos of like any and all the films that played at the festival. Any films that were playing at the festival when I was there that I can find on YouTube. I'll link them in the description. I'll put them down there. Go check them out. They were absolutely incredible. I have nothing but good things to say about that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And you know, just go out and just have some fun. Don't forget to live life. That's simple. Anyway, have a very beautiful day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.